TV land. It's your boy, Freelancer Joe, ready to once again get cracking. Alright, I may be over exaggerating right now. Maybe not. Well, maybe just a little bit. Alright, let me make sure this is here. I certainly hope we're not getting any weird feedback in the recording. My sound card has decided to act up today, of all days, of any day in particular, especially since this laptop is pretty new. But I don't think it likes my docking station that I'm using, which technically I don't need to use a docking station because this has an HDMI cable, so I could do it directly into the monitor. And but then I have to plug in the mic, and then my whole tired routine spiel. I'm thinking I'm at the point where I am pushing the overtraining part of my training cycle. Ideally, they recommend every 6 to 8 weeks you take a break. This is week 7. And I had hoped to make it a full 8 weeks, but the nagging injuries are starting to, well, not so much nagging injuries. I've only had one over this entire period, but then, let me see, on Sunday something started acting up. On Monday something started acting up. Tuesday was a break. Wednesday, the Sunday injury was still there. And today, something else, and I still had that nagging injury overall. So I'm thinking I probably should take next week as my rest week from training, but again, I was hoping to make it a full 8 weeks, because if I make it this 8 weeks, and then I wait 8 weeks for my next break, that's the last month of December, and I'm planning on totally picking out anyway for the last week of December, and I'm totally planning on picking out that entire week anyway, so that would have timed perfectly. Plus, I kind of went overboard this past weekend, when I was at my undisclosed secret location. Well, actually, I didn't do too bad. It was having that pizza when I got back from this secret undisclosed location that kind of pushed me out. Plus, this entire training cycle, let's just say that the weight number hasn't really improved from the previous training cycle. Although there is some measurable difference in the waist size. Actually, that reminds me, I've been putting off buying, I think I have to buy a new belt and new pants, to be honest. But it is pretty cool to have lots of gap in the pants. But I didn't mind it at first because it was perfect for having an inside the waistband holster. But now it's getting just a little bit loose. So, anyway. So what was that? Okay, so I covered the feedback, potential feedback. I'm hoping it's not that. Covered my fairly lackluster intro, extremely lackluster intro. You know what? Freelancer Joe has a commitment to you, his viewing audience. So, Freelancer Joe. I already did the Kraken, so I can't do that again anyway. Well, if I'm stalling for time, I could walk over to the fridge and get one. But then I would have 3 open. Instead of a chain smoker, I'm a chain LaCroix drinker. How y'all doing today? Doing good? While I'm doing that, I'm going to minimize and escape. When escape. Okay, let's try that again. So I was asking how you all are doing. I'm hoping you're doing fine and wonderful and fantastic on this Thursday afternoon. I am figuratively, not literally, figuratively counting down the hours until the weekend. Because it's the weekend, which, as far as I'm concerned, starts Friday afternoon as soon as I get off of work. Even if I still have to do my laundry and all of my chores, such as cleaning the bathroom, just cleaning the toilet, cleaning the tub, cleaning the floor, vacuuming. cleaning the kitchen, the stove, the counters. That's really all the chores I do. No, I already said vacuuming. I kvetch. Of course I kvetch. It's one of my endearing traits is kvetching. Because I'm very positive when I kvetch. Because I am fully aware of how silly I sound in all of my kvetching. It's perspective. It's all about perspective. As bad as you may think you have it, there are many more people who have had it much worse. If not now, certainly in the past. Actually, no, even now. If you have the luxury of watching this video, you've got it pretty good. You've got it really good. Incredibly good. I mean, you think about it. If you're actually watching this video, you're in a place with enough infrastructure to actually watch this video, but then that means then there's probably, like, you know, basic things like food and electricity and running water. I mean, come on. The bulk of humanity, that's an issue. Oh, am I going negative again? No, because I think I'm going, well, I'm highly empathic by nature. I'm not sympathetic, believe it or not, but I am fairly empathetic. I wear my feelings on my sleeve. This, of course, is why I say very little, because I don't have to say much. You can tell by my face how awesome I am. Alright, what am I doing? Open up the terminal, open up my editor, open up the browser, gonna go to the MUI website. MUI. I wonder how they pronounce it. I've never seen a video where they pronounce it. I assume they say MUI, or they say Material UI just to sound cool. But I like MUI. MUI. Okay, so that's that. Alright, let's start up. It is Thursday. And part of the potential overtraining thing is that I can't tell if it's the overtraining thing or just because I overdid it in the weekend, or maybe because it's like the end of the week. I don't know. Yeah. So my sound card's acting up. So I'm actually using the mic plugged in on my speakers. And the mic is smart enough, at least, not to reverberate my voice, but it's picking up other sounds. So that's why I'm concerned about feedback. Alright. Anyway, I was saying, I'm not sure. I didn't explain what I was talking about. Was I'm feeling that little bit of sluggishness. Normally it clears up by the end of the week. I mean, it was a long weekend, and because I did that pizza on Sunday, then I may need the extra day for recovery, but then it was a long work week too, and again, the overtraining thing, it's just so very, very difficult to tell. Alright, let me start this up. Yeah, for any of you youngins watching, it's all downhill once you reach a certain point. I just wish I knew when I was younger what I know now. I mean, I can't say that I would be more awesome. I would definitely be more awesome, and I'm pretty darn awesome as it is. But hey, you can't change things. Once things are done, they're done. You simply have to live with the repercussions. Key to happiness. Only worry about things you can control. And you can't control the past. You can only control what you do. And I started the wrong template. I started a template, first of all. That's how long I have been working on this sidebar template. Just by rote habit, I go right back into it. Yesterday, I was working on my website. TDUI-3. Alright, start that up. Oh, the weather outside. It is cloudy, and the temperature is good, but it's muggy. Another part of the reason why I'm figuratively counting down the hours until the weekend, because tonight the temperatures are supposed to drop, and that'll be so good. I will take cold and rainy over warm and a clear sky and muggy in a heartbeat. Alright, so this is my website, in case you can tell by how my name is plastered everywhere, and how my awesome visage is there too. And so what I have been working on, when we cut off yesterday, oh, it's a shame. The doggies have been pretty well behaved so far today. They must be seeing something they really don't like. Alright, so I have 2 warnings. I got rid of one, and I got this one, and the tail end of yesterday was me trying to figure out what was causing it, and if there was a way to fix it. And it boiled down to the fact that this is a bottom navigation component, which is meant for, well, let me bring it up. Okay, so ideally it always appears at the bottom of the screen, and it is meant to be used for navigation. Hence the name, bottom navigation. A little on the nose, I know, but hey. And the particular issue is, if we look at the API for bottom navigation, I think it's right. Show labels. It's basically controlling whether or not a labels attribute is set on the children of the bottom navigation component. And the bottom navigation component is basically expecting bottom navigation actions, which have a label. Right. I am not giving it bottom navigation actions. I am just giving it, what am I giving it? I'm just giving it a topography, 2 topographies, and a bunch of tooltips that wrap a button. Bottom line, I'm using it not the way it's supposed to be used. Not the way that's envisioned. So here we have a decision point. It's like, well, it works, and it is just a warning. So, I mean, we fall into the 80-20 rule. 80-20 being that 80% of the stuff takes 20% of the time, 20% of the stuff takes 80% of the time, and this falls under the 20% of stuff. It's going to take, well, and so you have to prioritize, right? Do I have more of the 80% stuff that I want to get done, or am I at the point where I can focus on the 20%? And I've been thinking about it. While the camera was off. It's like, well, additional things I can do. Well, one, I could continue my Cognito development and testing, but that's going to go on my demo project for 1, and 2, a lot of that time, if I go to that and record that, that's just going to be a lot of minutes of me just looking at documentation saying, why the hell is it doing this? Pardon my French. Now another possibility was adding a link to PayPal as a payment method, and also as a way for me to solicit funds, although I would probably also add a Patreon link if I really wanted to. Not because I expect to actually get money from that, but mostly to familiarize myself with PayPal API specifically, because I'm sure that when I get customers, they're going to want to use a payment method, and PayPal is one of them. The other one was Stripes, Square Reader, Square something. That's what the Bell Music School uses, not for their website, but as a form of accepting payment. And that actually has a REST API I can use to plug into stuff, but that's a demo thing. At least for immediate personal use, I could plug into the PayPal REST API. But again, that's experimentation. And I want to do research into that before I start recording. Otherwise, it's just going to be me looking at a bunch of websites saying, why the hell is it doing that? Third thing I could do, a a calendar demo. Find a React calendar library and play around with that. Again, experimentation. And again, that's going to be more of me figuring out what the hell to do. So ideally, in either of those situations, when the camera is off rolling, I'm going to do some research, and then I will start recording like kind of at the beginning after all the research is done, and then we can go from there. So where does that leave me right now then? Well, since there's no 80% thing for me to do, then the question is, okay, so let's go ahead and do the 20% thing. But, I mean, is it really worth it? It works. And unless I do an upgrade to my libraries where they actually make it so that it doesn't work, then really, why should I bother? Well, it's my website, and I really don't want those warnings there, for one. Two, I need to fill out the rest of this episode because tomorrow is Gaming with Joe. Okay, so how do I fix it? Alright, well, it is basically, we can try, alright, this is what we can try. So the bottom navigation component is not working, but since I don't know what my fix would be, first thing we're going to do is keep a copy of that, and now we're just going to try this. Let's see if replacing it with a simple div fixes it. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I mean, it'll fix the warning for sure. As you can see, no warning. Right? No warning. Nice. But I want to see how it works as far as styling goes. I mean, it works on this page, sure, but what about the other pages? Alright. 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 Wow, it's a simple fix. Alright, let's double check to see if it works in Chrome. Chrome, I'm not sure who the funny one is, if it's Firefox or if it's Chrome. I really should switch to another browser. Well, as a personal preference, I would rather use another browser. But Chrome probably has the largest market share. Probably. Okay, that's still there. About me, still there. Services, good. Portfolio. Clients, hire me. Yes, full screen. How about full screen? How you looking? Alright, seems to be good. Okay. Let me double check that. What am I double checking? I want to make sure that there's no errors on the other views. Okay, so let's, see? Alright. So on home, we have this.refs.scrollbars is undefined. Interesting. View container. Close that out. Close that out. MRC. Close that out. View container. I don't use scroll bars anymore, do I? Oh, you know what that is? Scroll back to the top just in case. That was a holdover from when I was still using the custom scroll bars, but I'm no longer using the custom scroll bars. I'm sure you're asking, why is it important to clean up these warnings? Well, one, it's an eyesore, and obviously, a connoisseur of beauty such as myself cannot stand eyesores. Number 2, when an upgrade does occur, some things which were previously warnings can actually become errors. So best to clean them up now. Otherwise, we begin accruing what they refer to as technical debt. That is, things that really should be, or things that will eventually have to be taken care of, or at least very much should be taken care of. Otherwise, you might experience problems in the future. Okay, we got no warnings in this one. How about this bad boy here? Services. Okay, here we go. Alright, so it's not like that. Unique key prop customs. Content paper. Content paper. Is this the same thing as the other thing where I was specifying an ID and not a key? I'm looking for the list. COG cards. No, I specify a key. Right. Card actions. Buttons. Card slider. Slider cards. There we go. Why am I? It looks like I have some redundant code here. Oh no, because I do static versus. Oh, okay. Right. So if I have only 3 cards, I don't use a slider. In which case, I render static cards and I specify the key here. So that's good and fine. But if I have more than 3 cards, I use a slider to go back and forth. Which is here. No, not here. It is here. No, this is a slider, and it uses the slider cards. Custom slide, but I don't specify a key. Unfortunately, I'm not sure. CFG object disabled. CFG object popover. CFG content popover. Wait, is this the? No, come on. There we go. This is what I was interested in. Title. Alright, so it has a title. You want the keys to be unique. So, custom slide index, tab. Alright, so this becomes key, and come on. There we go. Set card project, so this is going to be slide project. So I actually won't always see this on all the views because not all the views have more than 3 cards specified. So that was that about me? See, it would appear normally in About Me. I would have, but this only has 3. Services, on the other hand, multiple ones. Damn it. Sorry. Oh, okay. Okay. React does not recognize the... Oh, that's interesting. I don't think I've seen that one before. Alright. Now, I'm not sure if that'll still work, to be honest. So, like the other one, let's go ahead and... Really? Back it up just in case. That's strange. custom slide popover component, but I'm almost certain I specify properties. I'm concerned about that. Who are you complaining about? Custom slide. And div created by custom slide. My concern is whether or not it's actually going to pass it over correctly. Because this guy references it as that. I suppose if I read the documentation, see how I said about that 20% thing? See how much it's surprisingly taking? How long it's surprisingly taking? Let me close this. Re-render. See, I'm taking these steps now before because a long time ago, a couple months ago, no, maybe even a little over a year ago, when I did a React upgrade to something else, it basically started dropping. Okay. On new unknown event handler on new window crest. That will be. Invalid values for props. Oh, we're down to 2. Curious if this still works, actually. No, it doesn't. Unknown event handler. I've never seen this one before. Event handler property. Now, is it because the other guy can't find it, or is it because it doesn't like the syntax? Wait, what is it complaining about? It's only complaining about unopened new window requested and oh no, it's these two. Well, let's see if this does it. I don't think this is gonna do it, to be honest. Arrow functioning it, but let's see. Nope. You. Oh, that really won't work either. Services. I expected you to complain about something, but no. Invalid values. Well, copy message. Control E, React. Yeah, I know unknown prop. This is where we read the documentation. If you don't render at the prop, you should ensure that your DOM only knows where props are around, right? Really? That's nasty. All right. All right. Hmm. All right. See, this is exactly what it would be like if I was going around with the Cognito stuff or or calendar stuff or whatever. Me just doing that. Reading comprehension. I don't. People don't mind listening to other people read books, but I don't think they're just going to want to watch people reading a book. I mean, I am pretty darn interesting, I must admit, but seeing the wheels turn and possibly hearing them turn, probably not all interesting. Anyway, we're at the 30-minute mark, way past the 30-minute mark, and so I'm going to have to wrap it up for now. I probably shouldn't have spent all that time talking about how tired I was. Oh well, live and learn. It's done. So thank you for joining me. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of the day. Cool kid words like subscribe, bell, notify, blah, 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 blah. And I hope you join me again soon. Tomorrow is Gaming with Joe, and then Saturday is Drinks with Joe. And it will be drinks this time, not just coffee. In the meantime, take care and God bless.